Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then just welcome, and I'm super happy to have you here. On my channel I mostly post crochet tutorials and I always try to make sure that they are as beginner friendly as possible, so I truly hope that you will find something useful for yourself here. And actually a couple of weeks ago I joined for a crochet workshop where I got to try finger crocheting for the first time, which is quite funny because I feel like I have learned all the difficult things already and I haven't even had time to practice like very basics. And by the way, if you're based in Barcelona, I will link some links down below because it might be useful for you to join this crochet club. But basically in this workshop we used our fingers to create a bag or a phone case, and that kind of inspired me or reminded me that I haven't had like a truly beginner friendly project for a while. So in this video today I will be teaching you how to create a phone case like this, but this time I will be using of course a crochet hook, so that's just one thing, but otherwise you can also make it with your fingers. So I hope that this will be useful, and this is super beginner friendly, so I'm sure that everyone will be able to follow along. But if you feel like I'm going too fast or too slow, then just feel free to adjust the speed of the video, and if you have any questions or need any help, then just feel free to reach out in the comment section below and I will try to help you from there. But now without further ado, let's jump into it. Here are the materials that I will be using. Here I have some 8-ply cotton yarn. You won't need more than one skein, so this should be enough. And of course you would also need a crochet hook, and for this project I will be using a 5mm hook, and you will also need scissors. So now let's get started. So here I have my yarn, and our first step would be to do a slip knot, and for that I'm just grabbing my yarn like this, then I'm twisting it and grabbing yarn and pulling it through the loop to kind of create a loop and a knot, and then I'm just grabbing my crochet hook and putting this loop on it, and then just adjusting the size of the loop so it actually fits the hook. And then the next step is to do some chains, and basically the amount of chains will determine the width of this phone holder. So in my case I will be doing 12 chains in total, so for that you just have to yarn over and then pull this loop through the loop that you had on your hook like this, and you just keep on doing this until you have established a width of your actual phone that you are using. And in my case I will just be doing 12 chains in total. And so here I have done my 12 chains, and if I want I can just double check it with my actual phone, and as you can see this matches the width of my phone, so this is fine. And now we can proceed further with the next step, and basically we will be doing single crochets, and we will be doing them here all around, kind of like in rounds instead of doing rows. And to get started we first just have to skip this last chain that we did, and then in this following one this is where we are going to place our first single crochet. So to do that you just have to go through this chain, then grab yarn and pull it up to have 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over and pull through both loops like this. So this is one single crochet, and then just do the same thing also in the following chains like this. So here I am already working on the third one, and this is how it looks once I have created a few of them. So now just proceed with doing that until you reach the very end here, and that's where I'm going to meet you back again. And here I have made it till the end, so now we basically have 11 single crochet stitches, and we can just continue. And to do that we just have to kind of turn our way, and we will just proceed with doing stitches here. So this is where I placed my last single crochet, so now I'm just turning my project like this, and I will be placing again single crochets here on the other side. So starting from this first space, this is where I'm placing another single crochet but on the other side, and then going through the stitches on the other side and placing one single crochet inside each of them. And this is how it looks once I have created a few of them. So basically we just have to have one single crochet in front of the single crochets that we did before. So just proceed with this until you have reached the end where we started here. And this is how it looks once we have completed our first round. So if you count the stitches, in total we should have 22 stitches. And as I mentioned in the very beginning, we will just keep on working in rounds. So right away we can proceed further with the second round, and this is our first stitch, and in here we are just placing another single crochet. So right away I'm just going through that stitch and adding a single crochet in there, and then once that's done I'm just proceeding further with the next stitch and so on. And now this is how it looks once I have completed the second round, and as you can see we are building more volume, and also edges of this pattern here start to curl up. This is nothing to worry about, this is exactly what we want, so just keep on going. And now I'm just starting to work on the third round, and again I'm just continuing right away with the first stitch and then in the following ones. So basically in each stitch again I'm just placing one single crochet, and then once that's done I'm just moving further with the next stitch. And here I am already working on the fifth round, and as you can see it starts to look like a tiny little basket, which is what we want. And if you want you can just take your actual phone and try it on if it actually fits, because the main thing is that we just have to have the exact width that we are going for. So from now on we just have to keep on adding extra rounds until we have built enough length to actually cover the whole phone that you have. So just keep on doing that, and I will meet you back later once I'm done with adding all the rounds for my phone. And here I have done around 25 rounds in total, and this is how it looks. So now you can just take your phone and double check the fitting, that it actually fits inside it and that this holder is long enough. And also just keep in mind that it might stretch once you are actually wearing it on. But now we can proceed further with adding the strap, and for that we again will be doing some chains. And here I have just finished off this last round in the corner, so try to do it approximately here on this side. And now our next step is to do chains, and we will be doing approximately 150 chains. So just a reminder, for chain you just have to grab yarn and then pull it through the loop that you have on your hook. So do in total 150 chains, but feel free to do more or less, and once you're done just measure it if it's long enough how you would like for it to hang from your shoulder. And now here I have done all 150 chains, so now what we want to do is to attach them here on this other side. But before we do that we just have to make sure that they are kind of like not twisted and straightened out, so just go through to ensure that, because it will be quite important once we are working our way back and trying to add in stitches. So here I'm just going through them and turning my hook as it's needed, and now I will be attaching them here on this side. And to attach them I'm just kind of like turning my work like this and having it from like looking in the inside, and I will be trying to attach them here on this other side. So we started here on this side and we are just trying to do it here on the other side. So in here we will be doing a slip stitch, and to do that we are just going through the stitch like that, then grabbing yarn and pulling it through, and then pulling it through the loop that we already had on our hook like this. So now this strap is attached, and we also kind of want to turn our way, therefore we are going to do another slip stitch. So going inside the next stitch and also doing a slip stitch in there like this. So now this strap is securely attached, and our next step is to actually work our way all the way back throughout this strap until we reach this point where we started. And for that we will be doing single crochets inside all of these chains that we just did. And to get started we just have to turn our work like this, and then we will be right away going through these chains. So starting from this very first chain, I'm just going inside and doing a single crochet in there like this. So now this is completed, and then continuing further with the next chain and adding a single crochet in there and so forth. So just going through all of these chains that we have from our strap and adding a single crochet inside each of them. And now here I'm almost done with this strap, and I have made it here to the other end. So now it's just left for me to also add a single crochet here in the very last chain of this strap, like this. And now we have done one single crochet inside every chain. And now we just also have to attach it here on this side. So we did it here where we started, and here in the following stitch we are just adding another single crochet, so just so it looks kind of like even like this. So now it's also attached in there, and now we kind of want to have like a smooth finish, and for that we are just going to do one slip stitch. So in the following stitch we're just going in, pulling up a loop, and then pulling it through the loop on our hook like this. And now we can fasten off, and for that we just have to chain one like this. Then we are making this loop a little bit longer like that, and then we are just grabbing our scissors and cutting off yarn, and then as it's cut off we can just tighten it in a secure knot like this. So now we have actually finalized this phone holder, and the last step would be just to weave in this loose end. And normally for that I just also use my crochet hook, and I normally just weave it in the inner part of any project that I have. So here I would just be doing it through stitches in the back side or in the inner side. So I'm just taking my crochet hook and going through random stitches in the back and grabbing this loose end and trying to weave it in so it's not hanging, and also so it's not visible. But now it's done, and this is how it looks. So super cute and super easy project, especially if you're a beginner and just starting your crochet journey. But otherwise feel free to mix and match different colors as you are adding these rounds, and feel free to try and create some colorful creations. It's literally up to you how your phone holder would turn out. So that was basically it from me today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this tutorial was useful for you in case you're planning to recreate this phone case. And if you do manage to recreate it, then please feel free to share your creations with me. I would be super happy to see what you are creating and how they are turning out. And if you did enjoy this video, then please give me a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, then please subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye!